Hi everyone. So today in this video, I'm talking about useReduce and context API. So let's begin with first useReduce. Now useReduce is simply an alternative of our use state that is used to manage our state in React application. But in as we know, a use reduce is also in a hook, that is a hook which is recently introduced in our React application, so we can easily use the use to manage our state and some of the other React features in our functional component. So these are the hooks. Now some of the hooks that use state, use ref. One of the hooks are the use reduce. So in this video, you're talking as I'm talking about use reduce. So use reduce basically takes an a two value. The first value it takes an reducer function, and the second is the initial value. Now whatever the things that is present, the logical part that is present that we need to handle, we can give it to the reducer function, and reducer function will take care of the all the logical part of our application. Now the benefit of let's take it aside. Let's take the benefit of this. Now the benefit of using the use reduce is that we can use separate out all the logical part in a different way and our UI part is different, so that our application or our code seems to be like a quite simple, quite readable, and more efficient to read also. So now in the use reducer, data reducer function will separate out the logical part. In the similar way, it gives the two value. The first value is the state, that is our updated state, and the second value is our dispatcher function, which takes in a value of a action, and the action is in form of array which include a key value pairs of type, and one is payload. Now type is something that let's say if we are making an counter application. Now in the reducer function, we are just making a switch case, and in this we are taking a different cases like we want to add, we want to delete, we want to subtract, we want to reset. Now inside this dispatcher function, what the type is doing, that we are allocating this, that we need this type, like we need to add one, and this one is like our payload, how much we want to increment our value, on what extent. So the one is like one, two, three, whatever the thing that we want to increment in our UI, that is the value we are putting in our payload. So overall, this dispatcher function will finally update our state into a new updated state that is reflect in our UI, and this happen like this. So basically, we are using our use reducer. So basically, we are using our use reducer in our application in to manage complex application. Like let's say if we are using the small application, then we are not seeing that much complication. But when the time when we are using a complex and a big application, then we need to use switch our from use state to use reduce to manage our state in a more efficient way, in a more simpler way. So this is all about the use reduce. Now let's talk about the second part of our video is context API. As we are seeing that majorly context API we are also using in the complex API, where lots of we are using a state prop drilling, like we are transfer our value from one things to another thing whenever required. But in prop drilling is quite hard in a uh, big application. So what we are doing is we are making a use of context API. Now let's talk about what is context API actually. A context API is something that we can assign a value in a global level, and in any level we are present, we are directly accessing that value. any value we are present, at any level we are present, we can directly access our context API's value, whatever we are assigned assigned to. Now, in this we are just it's inbuilt inside the React app, like we are just invoking importing from the React by create app. We are a context provider. Inside we wrap our application, then we can use it globally, and there is no need of our prop drilling, which is quite hectic, for some time hectic in a big and the large application. But we can easily manage our state, our value in a very proper and efficient way without making it so much error. So, context API, the important application that for context API is, first we can use the authentication part. We can make a global level where we are using the login true false toggling button, and then when we log in, we are making our authentication true. Then in this way, we can use authentication. And the second most interesting thing that we are using, are majorly we are using in nowadays modern application, that are theming of our website. Like if we clicking on one button, it will make our whole theme black. If we want a white, then we click again, click, then it's gonna be click. This is also we can use by the help of context API, where we are building some of the logic inside the context API, and then we can utilize that value in any way, any level in our application. So this makes our things quite easy, and we can easily manage our state also, manage our application also. So this is all about context API and the use reducer. So that's all for today's. Yeah, thank you and have a great day.